Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and I made a grave mistake on my account. Ended up wasting about 3,000 gems going for the Fire Night tournament here. I went way too hard in the paint. Did not intend to do this many runs. I was trying to scoop up the rewards over on the right side, obviously, to get the rare and the knee shock fusion. But I'll explain a little bit here what happened. But I figured it would be a good opportunity to do an infographic and kind of lay out the results of that grind and give you some full insight as to kind of how much resource to expect to acquire certain good gear pieces in game. So I'll lay that all out for you via an infographic and explain everything around that mistake and some of the stats behind it and what the resources spent actually ended up getting me. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, what actually happened was on this RSL helper tool that enables you to basically auto farm and set it to run. Instead of clicking run effective resources, I accidentally clicked on it was like auto refill and run indefinitely. I had some settings here messed up. So what I wanted it to do, I had a couple hundred energy. What I wanted it to do was just run my effective resources and then just keep me on 0 energy overnight. I woke up in the morning and it was still running, and I was like, that's weird. It can just be like a random occurrence where you just happen to regenerate some energy and it starts a run and you happen to come back to your computer at that point in time. But I was like, okay, I better check what happened here. And then I looked and I had done tons of runs and spent all of these gems on refills and stuff like that, and I was like, oh no, I must have mischecked a box. So spent pretty close to 3,000 gems. It was like 2,800 something gems on refills that I slammed into the Fire Night. So you know, the bad news is I spent a bunch of resources above and beyond what I needed to for the fusion, but the good news is I guess, you know, I've got a good chance at getting some of the relentless gear up here if I can win my tournament group. And yeah, I'm obviously not going to be in danger of missing out on the rare that I needed for the Fire Night tournament and the knee shock fusion. So, okay, let's pull up the chart that I was able to put together in order to lay this out for you here in a video. So what ended up happening was I kind of examined how many gems I had last night, because I actually recorded a video last night at like midnight for the new promo code that Raid put out. So I was able to see how many gems I had before I got off my computer. And then I was able to obviously look today at how many gems I had and come up with the total here that I spent about 2,800 gems. Now, slamming that all into energy in the Fire Night stage that I was running. By the way, stage 24 is the stage that I was doing for these Fire Night runs that you're seeing with this chart. So what ended up happening was I got 519 gear drops. I was doing the super raids and slamming the energy in. And by the way, some of this is going to be like close approximations, you know, give or take a couple. Like I'm estimating about 519 gear drops just by doing kind of the reverse engineering of the math. But it could be, you know, somewhere between like 510 and 530 or something, but somewhere around that 519. And then of that 519 drops, I actually kept 72 of them that weren't like instantly trash. So you know, your ones that are like a bottom piece with a flat stat, like you drop boots that have flat attack as the main stat, or you drop a shield where it's got flat stats on it and it doesn't have speed, stuff like that. So of that 519, about 72 were worth keeping. And then of that 72, I then went through myself as a picky parameter where you look into more nuance. Like, is it a curing set I'm not going to keep unless it is absolutely godly, like right here, this curing set right here, unless it's like perfect, like 6-star legendary amazing. It's a set that I don't really ever use, so I'm not going to keep that unless it is awesome. But I'm going to have a little bit more leeway on a set like Savage that is more in demand and like regeneration if I need it for a certain build. Like right now I'm going to be trying to build the Fusion Champion knee shock possibly in a regeneration set. So then going through with that with more parameters, I ended up up whittling that 72 down to 23 that I actually rolled up to level 8 or level 12 during the artifact enhancement event to see which ones are worth keeping. And then of that 23, I've already been pretty picky, so unless they roll bad, I'm probably going to keep it. So I ended up actually keeping 19 of those, and like the 4 of those 23 that rolled insanely bad, I just went ahead and sold right away. And then of those 19, how many of them would I say are awesome pieces? And those are the ones that you see over here on the right side, those 5 pieces that ended up being the absolute best ones of those 519 gear drops. And obviously, everybody has a different parameter of what an awesome piece is. I notice it doesn't say perfect. You know, like these pieces aren't absolutely perfect. They're not the best possible piece you can get in the game or anything. But in terms of something that I would consider as awesome for my account, that is kind of the 5 that I came up with there. So what it ends up meaning for me and my account is about a 575 gem clip per awesome piece that I would consider to be awesome here. So yeah, pretty crazy that is about the expectation to get an awesome piece. And then notice it was only 5 out of 519. So about a 1% chance to end up getting a really good piece when you're grinding these dungeons. If you do 1,000 runs, you'll probably get somewhere like 8 to 12 awesome pieces that are going to look kind of like these ones over here. And I did kind of try to loosely order them from best to least. So like this was my #1 piece, I thought, an immunity piece. That's a bottom piece with 6-star defense and then a triple rolled speed. And it's also got crit rate, more defense, and crit damage. That's a pretty good piece. And then this regeneration piece, I love the regeneration set. So many awesome builds you can do with it. Solo clearing content. The knee shock fusion, I'm going to probably want to put in a regeneration set. We've got a triple HP with speed, resistance, and accuracy. That one is amazing. That one almost has a case to be the #1 piece, given the stats that it has on the set that it's on. Then down here, we get a really good stun piece. It's HP percent. This would be a really good candidate for someone like Torment, honestly, where you get the double roll of accuracy, someone that doesn't have to be insanely fast, that could do some CC with the stun boots and have enough kind of defense and HP to be tanky as well while kind of filling that CC role. And then the immunity boots here, you know, again, you've got 6-star defense with more tankiness, and then all these stats are great as well. A little bit unfortunate that it doesn't have maybe, you know, accuracy or resistance in here instead of like crit rate or crit damage. That would have been even better. But then also this piece down here is awesome for what set it is. It's important to know what set something is when you are going to be deciding if it's a good piece or not. So the shield set, HP is going to be a premium because it's going to be giving you a shield based on the HP of that champion. So a 6-star HP bottom piece is going to be really valuable on the shield set, and that's what we get right here. We get a 6-star HP along with some accuracy and speed to go along with it. So for the shield set, that is a very solid piece. So yeah, anyway, I hope that my mistake was able to at least provide you some data to kind of provide some context on what goes into farming these dungeons and what to expect when you are diving in and spending a bunch of resources on them. So as always, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy the daily raid Shadow Legends content, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.